Alright, figured out where I needed to go. So thus, we are here. And we are going to be busting into here like so. Okay. Can elephant help me there? No, elephant cannot help me there. Okay, I don't know if this one specifically is where I need to be. Nor do I understand what to do here at all. Maybe this is one I can't do yet. But yeah, there's more of these spots that you can only break through with elephant power that I found out is what you need to break through to be able to get to where you need to go next. You have to have at least some of the upgrades for your animal forms, which you have to find just basically by finding them. So, I don't remember exactly where the one I'm looking for is. But see, this to me, guys, this is bad. This is poor design. This is forcing you to backtrack for really no good reason. It's not very well, like... I mean, here's the thing. Look at Prime, okay? Let's go to Metroid Prime, shall we? Metroid Prime, whenever you get a new ability... Well, at least for 2. Prime 1 kind of had this issue as well. But in Prime 2, you find a new ability, you need to go through the, through a new area to find power-ups. It's usually very obvious where to explore. There's usually an elevator, like, right smack next to you. And stuff like that. So it's very intuitive of where you're supposed to explore and whatnot. Where this one, a couple times, it's been like, you just have to have a really damn good memory to know where to go. And you have to guess and check a couple things. And you may be able to get where you want to go in an area, and you may not. And the only way you're going to know is just kind of going there and finding out. And, you know, that's poor design in my book. Alright, so let's see. Alright, here's at least something. I don't know if this is specifically the one we need to be at, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. I don't remember going up here. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I jumped the gun a little too early on this area. What's up here? Anything exciting? Oh, this is the main tunnel. Alright, Shantae, let's go in there. Alright, well now at least I know where I am. So all these tunnels connect, that's cool. Alright, now let's elephant it up real quick and bust through here. And in we go. Whoops. Okay, I already know this is not the one I want to be at. But it's an ability I can use all the same. So. See if maybe a monkey could get me up there. Not quite. Okay, well, I'm still going to use monkey form anyway, just to help with the jumping. I think I might have skipped one or two there. Yoink. And over we go. Yeah. Yeah. Still don't get what the magic's for. Maybe it's for the items that I'm not using, like the pike ball and stuff like that. Here we go. Elephant Stomp. So, now I have this extra power. It's down. Okay. There we go. But I don't think that's the one that we necessarily wanted. So, backtracking. See, again, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is just making you go back through areas for the sake of making you go back through areas. I almost grabbed that chain. There's not really, like... I'm not saying it's not necessary to upgrade your powers or anything like that, but there wasn't really much of a hint as of either how you were supposed to get to that spot. It was just kind of, oh hey, by the way, you can't get there. So I guess that's like at least somewhat of an encouragement to go and explore and investigate. But I don't know, same time, that's feels kind of lazy to me. Okay, so that's where I came from. That's where the elephant stop was. But where's the other one? There's a monkey ability that I need to get. And I don't know specifically where it is. I may have to stop and look it up again. I don't want to do that, because I've already stopped to look things up on this one 3 times. So yeah, this one, much less intuitive than the previous. Well, than its successor, I should say. I'm trying to think of the right term there. Yeah, much less intuitive than its successor. And there's definitely some conveyance issues, there's definitely some backtracking issues. Much more so than the others. Right, much more so than Pirate's Curse, I should say. I can't really speak for the Game Boy Color game, but then again, you kind of also have to judge the Game Boy Color game with kid gloves, because it's a Game Boy Color game. So, you know, the limitations of the console were a lot lower back then. So there were some things that you had to do the way that you did, because that's literally all you had. Cool, money, yay. Great. Can I get the ability that lets me go places now? Okay, I figured it out, and now I'm even more annoyed. Because not only was I in the right spot for it already, and didn't go there, but the reason that I thought that you couldn't get there, and why I just kind of left, was because you need to use a non-mandatory quest item to open it. So not only is this massive backtracking, not only is this bad conveyance, this is massive backtracking and bad conveyance with the condition that you happen to buy something from the shop that you would likely not need, that you wouldn't necessarily need otherwise, just for the sake of getting this one thing that they didn't even tell you that you needed, that you just kind of have to figure out. And stupid. Very poor job on this one. By the way, random thought while I'm thinking of it. What's the differences between this one and the regular? Because I just realized I have Director's Cut. I totally forgot this is the Director's Cut version instead of the normal, and I want to know if there's any major, like, noticeable difference between the two. Hopefully, this is something that was changed from the, you know, Director's Cut so that people could actually, like, figure out where the goddamn hell they were supposed to go. Because this is dumb. Like, how would you have known to do that? How would you have known to do that? So, now I have this monkey bullet ability, which is like that. But how, like, What would have told you to do this? Other than just doing like I did and looking it up. There's no way for you to know that this was here. This is just terrible. Terrible conveyance. Very questionable design choice. Bad use of backtracking. But again, hey, I had one section that I bitched about in Pirate's Curse as well. And there was a couple other minor things when, you know, looking back at it, there was a couple other minor things I could bitch about as well. So the fact that I've gotten this far in, and I haven't really had anything to complain about, that's impressive in itself, because I'm a very, very tough critic. Oh, that's what the magic's for. The magic meter's for those kinds of things. See, that explains things a little bit. Okay, well, it's a good thing I just kind of bought that off a whim. Wait a minute, what am I doing? The warp point's back this way. Alright. God, no, I didn't tell you to go back in, Shantae. I've done that a couple times, that's my error. I'm just going to skip to where we get to the warp point. So, BRB, guys. Oh, and here's the other issue. So, I can't even warp back to Mermaid Cliffs because I haven't gotten to the warp point in Mermaid Cliffs yet. Because to get to the warp point in Mermaid Cliffs, you have to have this thing that I just freaking killed myself to go and get, almost. As you can see by my health, I'm not actually exaggerating there, right? Actually got pretty close to dying. So, yeah, this is not a good section. And I would say, if I'm being a critic, which God knows I am, if I have to put the error on this one, as opposed to the error on Pirate's Curse, I would put this one much higher on the sin count. Because Pirate's Curse was just like, it wasn't necessarily poorly designed for a stealth mission. It didn't make much sense why the guards were there, or why they kept turning the way that they did. But, I mean, you could excuse it, I guess. So, it wasn't necessarily poorly designed, it was just a weird and somewhat poor decision. Now this, on the other hand, this is just poor design. Which is actually really surprising to me, having seen the Game Boy Color Shantae, and having, what's it called? Having seen the Game Boy Color Shantae and having played Pirate's Curse, makes this all the more surprising to me that they would screw up like this. Because this does not seem like a fitting mistake to the other Shantaes. All the more reason I'm looking at this and going, what? Why this section was just so unusual. So, either way, damn it. Oops, wrong. Held the thing too long. There we go, and... oops, wrong button. And monkey bullet, and there we go. So now I'm where I need to be, which I could not have gotten to without that, and yeah. That's stupid. I'm sorry, but that's just plain stupid. Not the worst thing that's ever happened to the game, by any stretch of the imagination. I would still take this game, because this is still pretty good. I would still take this game, with its error, over Star Fox Adventures, or over X7, any day. So yeah. It's just frustrating. Bad design choices are bad. Frustrating area is frustrating. Bad conveyance is bad. That's what it comes down to. I am appreciating, though, how much less money it's requiring to get maximum power hair in this one. Because it took a crap ton more in Pirate's Curse. So that being simplified a little bit is nice. I ain't even dealing with that thing. I don't feel like it. Minor inconvenience. Enemy is a minor inconvenience. Ah. That could have been more than a minor inconvenience. Now this one I'll kill because it actually hit me. So fuck you, man. Excuse me. Those things are just annoying. And I think we should be at our warp point. We are at our warp point. Huzzah! And that's where I'm going to stop for right now. I'll see you guys in the next one.